But the thing is, he could penetrate through like a lot of organs, and it's so big. And when it releases, this gush of fucking cum that the horse releases. So I'm guessing that too. Rib. It must have gone to the ribs and it must have killed her instantly right there.
Fuck.
And the power, like, and they come quick. I was seeing the videos, and they're just like maybe a couple 3 thrusts, and that's about it. They just be like, oh, and it's just like you can see like the legs, their legs. You can see their legs like
one more time. Give it to me.
Oh, they're just like not like that, but.
You ever seen elephant cock before?
I can just imagine myself riding the camel right now.
Ooh, I really do want to be a horse riding human that can fight with spears. Like, there's a calling inside of me that knows there's an ancient warrior inside of me. I don't know what rank I am. I know I would like to be a general, but whether or not I will be qualified to be one is another question. But I know I'm not a king. I know I'm not his right-hand man. But give me the general position, please. I think the blood is there.
You want to be the defender of the king, basically.
I want to be the guy on the motherfucking bridge that's like, you shall not pass. I have this weapon you have never seen before. Do you want to be cut by this expensive blade? Or turn around?
Yep, and they'll stop the camel and be like, hey! I'll be like, I have seen that weapon before.
That was a horse.
And that does not scare me, so I'm gonna pass through those gates, sir.
Move 1 inch, and this will cut across the parts of your neck that will make you die.
As you're saying that, I go around you. I'm like,
my weapon is to the
left. I look behind you. I'm like, hey, where's the freshest groceries I could get around here?
The freshest groceries is your arteries.
Hey, and then you actually cut the camel's like tail. It's actually, ooh,
that's your head rolling.
And I'll still be talking. I'll be like, so where is the freshest groceries? And I'm still doing this. My arms are somehow working.
If I can talk, I can eat.
If I can talk, give me some food. Feed me right now. Damn. Woo. We're in the cold summer Arabian Nights.
And we have a New York sour for
some
reason.
We have a fucking New York sour. So we're going from, I guess we went to the Japanese tea gardens, and then where are we now? Where are we at now? Like the Arabia?
It said Arabic music. Something?
Arabic? So where is that at actually? Where is Arabia?
You know what?
Where's that at? Because I don't even know
cheers
the geography. Cheers to ignorance. We don't know our geography.
Cheers, K-Rod.
Cheers, K-Rod. Let's try out a New York sour.
We just made this shit right now.
Let's pause the Arabian music. Well, there you go.
Try shit out of this.
All right. We noticed something. We noticed that we can't hear our voices in the mic.
There we go. Okay, can you hear your voice?
I can hear my voice. Oh, no, I can't. Is this even on? Yeah, it is on.
But it's recording?
I think the volume might be...
All right, we got
this. Salud.
Cheers.
We got New York sour. Let's see. 3 different types of New York sour, because...
It smells like egg.
It smells like egg?
It's not bad. I forgot that we put egg. It doesn't really...
It just smells like it, but it doesn't taste like it. You see what I'm saying?
I see. So the point of the egg is...
to make that line in between the wine.
Is it? Or is it to make the drink thicker?
I don't know, actually.
I don't know.
It looks fancy,
it's
though.
It's kind of beautiful. It's kind of...
Tell us.
Tell us what?
They should tell you.
Yeah, tell us all of the questions we just had.
If you know.
Answer them.
A bartender, if you're a bartender listening to this or watching this, does it look like that? A New York sour? Is it supposed to look like that? Or like that? You know? But it tastes pretty good. It doesn't taste too strong. I was scared it was going to be too strong or too yolky or too of something.
It's not bad.
But it has a balance. I think for mine at least, because we did 2 or 3 different variations of it. Some had more
Oh, you have the last one?
We had the last one.
He had the last one, which had the
most likely the best one.
most proportionate amount of everything.
Works.
Yeah. That's how progression works also.
They look very similar, though, actually, now that it's been seen.
Now that they're both sitting down, they look similar, yeah. This was the first one that we made, and this tastes pretty good, to be honest. Yeah.
You want to show them mine?
And then we got K-Rods. We can put it on screen.
You know what I just realized recently?
Sounds very different.
This looks like a margarita mix or something else. Yeah. How does that taste? It tastes pretty good?
It does taste
yeah.
really good.
Pretty balanced.
Guys, make cocktails. It's a fun little thing.
It's a fun little
project. You know what I feel like? I feel like we are art students that act like high schoolers. Like we want to try the alcohols now. We want to try the weed.
We're a little bit late in the game, but I think is it more safer? I guess that we're late in the game because you know, high schoolers if they're involved in that kind of like scene of like drugs and alcohol, like they're more prone to like getting accidents, car accidents, or just do dumb shit when you're young, you know. But I guess now that we're older, we're kind of like more mature. We're more rational. And we kind of make decisions.
We use the drugs and alcohol to spice our life. It is not the center, but it is the spice to our life.
Spice. It's not... And we do it with...
Excuse me.
You know...
I should do it the other way.
Yeah, something with... That was too late. It's everywhere now. But I think it's... The amount that we take, I think it's like, oh, we can't take 3 shots. We're like, we question it. We're like, oh, that's 3 shots is too many. I gotta wake up in the morning, you know.
You know...
I gotta work. And then...
Let's be real. You're the guy who peer pressures us that says one more and one more.
Besides me, but the rest of the people, the rest of the population, I would say, they'll be like, oh, I gotta work.
But the words are coming out of your mouth, so you should speak for yourself.
I'm speaking for most people.
What about when you peer pressured us that one time?
Let's explain that story. So that one time,
actually, it was actually a pod that we recorded.
We recorded a pod. Oh, it was an Irish whiskey day. That episode, I don't know which episode number that is. We'll put in a link.
When we made
Irish whiskey.
Irish whiskey.
Yeah, we made that drink, and then from there we drank a little bit, but then we chilled for a couple minutes, and then we left to my house, and then we had more drinks there. We drank like some Modelo's, some Coronas, I don't even know what it was, and then we drank shots. I think at one point, some
shots of
tequila. I think was it tequila, and it was a fun night though. We were like really into it. I think
it was a fun night.
And at one point,
and we learned some secrets about each other, mostly me,
basically. And then at one point, they were talking. You and K-Rod were talking for the longest, and I was just in the corner, just trying to concentrate on not throwing up. I was just like, hopefully they don't talk to me. I'm just like looking at you guys and smiling. I'm like opening my eyes. I'm like, and no, the whole time I was like, I'm gonna throw up any second on K-Rod or Jerry. But it went away. I think it was more of that paranoia kind of. I think there's stages to when you're drunk, and I think I was paranoid drunk at that point. That was like, oh, I might throw up.
Does your mom know that you're quite the drinker and the partier?
I don't really drink too much. I do Eddie's more than drinking.
But you used to.
Yeah, I'll drink a lot more before. She probably did. Yeah, she will smell it. Oh yeah, if I were to come home like sometime from a bar, and then she'll be like, "This freaking room smells like a fucking bar," and she'll literally say that. Like, she'll like just sniff it. She's like, "It smells like fucking alcohol," like in Spanish, of course. And I'll be like, "No, it doesn't." And then once I actually step out and I come back in the room, I'm like, "Oh fuck, it does smell like a fucking bar in here."
You would check?
I wouldn't check. I would just be like, I would just wash my mouth, and then I'll come back to the room. I'll sleep again. And I'm like, "What the fuck? It smells like alcohol in here." Yeah. It's just like you're used to it when you're sleeping.
Right.
But when you wake up,
if you're the one, it's like when you shit in a bathroom, it doesn't smell as bad to you, whereas
with someone else, there's a new palate coming in. They're like,
right, you understand.
I got a new fresh nose.
Kind of what it just happened, just 20 minutes
ago. That was your dad went after me. I think it was his.
No, you shitted in my bathroom.
I'm pretty sure he came after.
You said it didn't smell that good. Don't plug your nose when you walk by. Bad mistake.
I'm like,
I could smell it from every part of my house.
Really? Uh-huh. You're probably like my mom's nose. She has a very sensitive nose.
No, I just think that my neighbors downstairs could probably still smell it.
No.
Yeah.
It went through the vents. What if it went through the vents and went down there?
I think if something is strong, it'll go through anything. It'll go through my carpet.
They're probably confused as fuck. They're like, why does it smell like really bad out of nowhere? Because they're used to like the smells coming from here.
I know hot air rises, but how did the hot air dive down?
He's kind of
to our place.
It fucking punched through the fucking ground and went everywhere.
Would you consider?
Literally, I don't think it went.
I was thinking about this the other day. Would you consider yourself a mama's boy?
Yeah, I'll probably for sure.
Well, okay.
More mama's boy.
See,
I think we're both. Yeah, we're both.
We say that, right? But why do you think we're mama's boys? That's the question.
I think we're more like catered by them. I think, and we've gotten used to them a lot more. And I think, and we kind of like to be like cuddled or whatever. It's more like, I guess, yeah, like that you could feel that kind of love. You're kind of feeling like.
But why aren't we daddy's boys? Like, why mom?
I guess our dads are more serious in that notion. They're like not as, they won't go up to you and like, really want to like hug you and really want to be like yum 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 yum. You know what I mean? They won't do that.
So you think we kind of like, follow their orbit sort of thing because they draw us in. Is that what it is?
I think so.
You're also the only boys.
I'm the only boys in the family.
True. That's true.
Well, I remember like when I was a kid, I would walk in the streets like downtown with my mom once. It was me and my mom just by myself or by ourselves, and like I would grab her hand and I would feel like a different kind of way from grabbing her hand than the other time that I was by myself with my dad, and we were around the city, and I felt like I was scared, like, but I was also kind of like he was telling me, but just by the grabbing of how he grabbed my hand, he was like, "Don't be afraid." Like it was like you felt like he was like trying to like get me to grow up or something, to not be afraid, basically. While we're walking in the city, while there's taller people, I'm like a little kid, but he was just grabbing my hand, like, let's go over here, let's go this way and this and that. But he didn't really do it in the way of like a nurturing way, like, oh, don't worry about the tall men and the tall buildings downtown. Yeah. But my mom was more like that. She was like, oh, like, come over here, don't worry. My dad would used to be like, just follow. Just go, let's keep walking. Right. And I used to be like, oh shit. So he'll make me kind of toughen up like that.
So it's more comfortable.
It was more comfortable, I think, because there's more comfort, I guess, being with the mom.
I can relate to that because I had a similar thing where I would like, my parents to like sleep me to bed because I was really scared of the dark, as most kids were, and my mom would always, but then my dad too. And one day I asked my dad. I was a little too old to ask him. I can't remember how old I was.
2 years ago. No, probably 2 years ago.
I don't know. It was.
I was in college.
Let's just say an embarrassing number. You pick your number, right?
I will pick 21.
And I think the embarrassing number is when you're about to hit puberty, but you're not there yet, and it's like I'm fucking old, right?
Or old.
like a pre-pubescent human. And
you have mustache hair, you have armpit hair starting to grow, and you're like, I should be toughening up at that point.
There's a little fuzz coming on.
There's a little fuzz coming down there.
There's a little microscopic, above the lip hairs going, like starting to happen. And I asked my dad, and he's like, he just wakes up from his nap. He's like, I forgot how he said it, but how I heard it was, you fucking sleep on your own. You're old already. And I was like, I never like asked him that. I never asked him to sleep in bed ever again. Right. Never again. I never asked my dad. But of course, it was probably something I needed. But I heard the annoyance in his voice, and that is what hurt me.
I wish I could see that projected onto a screen.
I would also.
Like he needed to do that to you though, because you were too comfortable with them doing that.
Yeah, it's true. I was by his door, like by the door frame, and just kind of on one side
waiting.
With a little blanket.
I don't think I even asked it to him directly. I said, I'm gonna go to sleep. He's like, okay. And I was like, do you wanna and then that's probably all I said. I was like, do you wanna, and then he just shut me down.
He was like,
real hard.
Get the fuck in that bed, sleep by yourself, turn off the lights, and never do that again in your life.
But aren't you you would consider yourself, because I always thought like a son would be mama's boys generally, and a daughter would be a daddy's girl generally. But
usually happens.
But K-Rod, would you say? But you would still consider yourself a mama's girl, right?
I had the best of both, though. I think
best of both.
Because I was so young. I was so much younger than my. But I was very much closer to my mom. I was like on the hip,
Yeah, and it's probably for the same reason. Like it's like a comfort,
her baby,
comfort loving. You were her youngest.
Because there's a gap between like my youngest, 7 years. So
Yeah.
I can imagine. But nowadays, I feel like my dad
now you're closer
It's
to your
very
dad.
like.
Maybe it switches throughout your life, I guess. For
Yeah.
girls, maybe when you're younger, they're closer to their mom, but as they get older, they more of a daddy's girl, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Do you think
But my mom spoils my brother very much.
Right.
He's also the only boy.
Right.
My dad doesn't.
Uh-huh.
That's tough on him.
Right. Yeah, I think there's definitely a
That's what they
thing
wanna
that
do.
happens where if you have a son and the mother like cares for the son more than seemingly more so than they do for their daughters.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it is exactly, and I wouldn't call it like straight up sexism. I just think it's like this like
I think they're trying to also.
I don't know what it is. I'm
I think
trying
I
to
know
figure
why.
it out.
It's a connection, right? I've heard that you have that moms have this weird connection with son.
What
That might be.
What
What were you
thinking?
gonna say?
You find your mom attractive?
No, I'm saying
the corner of your mouth is like
no. I
that.
said
some
no,
shit's gonna come out.
some crazy shit. But no, well, I guess because like guys, you know, they're dogs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when they have a daughter, they're probably thinking like, I want her to, you know, I'm gonna take my time with her, and I'm gonna let the boy do his thing. You know what I mean? You could bet he's gonna be toughening out, of course, every now and then, but I'll check up on him every now and then. But let me go to the daughter and make sure she doesn't become a hoe or doesn't, you know,
Right.
he's with the right guy. You know what I mean? So of course he wants to talk more to the daughter and try to be on her side. You know, I think.
Okay.
And try to sway her opinions or try to sway her, like, I guess, mindset kind of growing up. It's like, you gotta be your own independent kind of person.
That makes sense.
You don't want, like, this guy to control your
understand
life,
that.
you
I
know?
understand
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
I think that's why I think most dads kind of see that.
Okay.
Like, they want to nurture them more.
Okay.
Because they're scared for them, I guess.
So that's for the guy for the daughter. I totally understand that, and to my
That's why I
understanding,
guess they do that more.
I would lean towards that understanding, but still for the mom and the son thing.
It could be
The
a
mom
very
and son-
similar thing that he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You
It'll be the opposite.
want to raise a sweet, caring son.
Son, instead of being
He
a
wants
player.
these hoes-
Basically, he doesn't want
They don't want these hoes
son.
snatching their son either. I don't think.
There we go. Yeah, I think it's the same.
That's why I
in a
think
sense
the
with mom,
first
too.
girlfriend.
Yeah, because they probably think you're the sweetest
Well,
thing
it's kind
in
of
the
like,
world.
yeah, but my mom, too, she's always like...
But I think it is that they want to put a little extra work into you.
Mm-hmm.
For that reason.
I think
It's
the
your boy.
first girlfriend
Mhm.
is always gonna get more shit than the second, third, fourth, fifth, because if that happens to you.
The first time.
Because you're a sweet little boy who's, to your understanding, never kiss, fuck, or anything dirty because they're so pure, and then the first girlfriend is gonna be the one to swallow him up, you know, literally, metaphorically, what have you, and it's like you look at her, the mom will look at her like, oh, this dirty fucking whore bag, you know,
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
in
probably
the
like...
back of
yeah.
her mind.
I remember like a couple years back, my mom wanted to like hug me a lot, and she would be like, "Let me just hug you," and I'd be like, "Nah." And she's like, "If I see another girl hugging you, I'm gonna beat your ass," and this and that. And I'm like,
Oh, how old were you?
Just a couple years back, I was probably 21 or so. Yeah. I guess she was just very loving in that moment, and she was like, "Let me give you a hug," and I'm like, why you give me a hug? I'm trying, I'm like, I'm older. Why are you trying to give me a hug right now?
Right.
That's how you reacted.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, you want a hug? And she's like, give me a full hug. And if I see you hugging someone else, and if I see you, if I catch you, and then she'll be mad. Yeah.
The reason, okay, so let's understand this, right? We will never know how dirty our parents were in their youth, and they will never know how dirty we truly are, nor do we want to tell them how dirty we are. For example, if I'm driving in a car, right, and I'm moving forward, as you do in cars, I'm in the passenger seat, my mom's to my left, and she puts her motherly hand on my lap. I'm like, this feels very uncomfortable, especially if I have a boner. Now,
You just have a random boner while driving.
because I have random boners all the time.
Okay.
In the car?
That's just how it happens. But you don't. What are you gonna say? No, don't put your hand on. No, you can't say that. You can't tell her why. I've learned that you can't be as direct when it comes to your family. You have to sort of mask your intention. So what I'll do now is if her hand approaches my leg, I'll bring my hand up on the y-axis, meet it in the middle, snatch it, both hands, hold it like a teddy bear, bring it to my heart. I would make it a sweet little thing.
Wow. Does that happen before?
And then
Yeah.
and then let go.
Yes. Yes. And now that technique, guys, you're going to want to try it. But you're gonna have to practice. You're gonna have to practice because it's all about if you jerk it and you do this, she's gonna know.
It's obvious.
That is obvious.
Something's up.
And that you're hiding something.
That's all the guys who are getting boners in the passenger seat next to their mom.
It's hard to see though if you're driving.
I'm always looking. Once you have a boner.
You shouldn't.
No, once you have a boner, don't you kind of put your defense mechanisms a little? If you're around people you don't want to be and you have an accidental boner, you're gonna, you might want to hide it. You're gonna do some things to hide the fact that you're gonna have a boner.
Yeah.
Now it's a whole different thing if you're in front of your mom and trying to hide a boner. So that's one of the things that I do.
Damn, I'm trying to figure out a way that I kind of hide stuff like that.
I do another thing.
Only like morning stuff, like morning wood, like that. Like I would have to like, if I'm wearing like a freaking robe, like a freaking like when you take a shower you wear a robe, right? And I come out in the morning with that, and she's like, "It's super hot. Like, why do you have that on?" And I'm like, "I just want to come out with it." And I go super quick to the bathroom and do my thing, and then like it's gone, the boner. And she's like, she just look at me. She'll kind of just give a look like, "What the hell are you doing?" That's the only time I'll like hide a boner, and that's like,
right. And
it's kind of suspicious, but that's the only way I could really hide it and go to the bathroom, do my thing, and then just
what
pee.
What about like? Do you have little cum trails in your underwear?
Oh my, cum trails? What do you mean cum trails?
Like a lot of people talk about cam trails, but what about cum trails? You know, you flip your underwear inside out, and there's a little like.
It'll eventually just dry though if you have jizz stains basically.
Depends how long you had the underwear for.
That's when you take a shower, boy. Now you know Jeremy's routine.
I'm just saying.
He'll switch it around. Now you're thinking, no, you switch it around.
He
flips it around. He's like, you know what? I'm going to wash my underwear today. I'm
Listen,
just going to flip it around.
He does run out of underwear sometimes.
Well,
I think he does flip.
I think you're a flipper. Out. You're a flipper. Jeremy, I was a flipper.
I don't want to give that away.
You just gave it away to the whole world.
You know,
oh my god.
It's too early in the podcast to give that much away.
Oh my god.
Not that early.
Okay. So, you may be deep into it when you guys deserve it. But, okay, this is something that I do. When I go to the laundry, right? And I bring back all the dry, warm, delicious smelling laundry. And I bring it back up to my house. The first thing I do is I go straight to my room. Why?
Why is that?
Because I don't want to cross pathways with my mother. Because if I did, that would mean we'd be folding laundry together. If we'd be folding laundry together, there's a high percentage that she'd see my cum trails.
But doesn't it wash out?
It'll wash out. Put detergent on it. What do you...
It depends how long you had the underwear for. And it depends on how
well you wash it, basically.
It's not supposed to stay on there that long, Jeremy.
Unless you've had it there for a while and it's just been simmering in the room, and then it's literally a stain
really
now forever.
Old.
I'm sure there are some people that can relate to me.
I'm like, I don't have a stain that intense unless you're.
Maybe I just don't use enough detergent.
Maybe. Maybe you're using the wrong detergent.
Or maybe some weeks I'm a little cheap on the detergent, or there's only a little corner left.
So I don't detergent, you use like hand soap or some shit, and then it doesn't take it away fully.
Anyways, I'll go. The reason I go straight to the room is because
she'll see
this.
That. Yeah.
We'll do laundry together, and now I'm thinking, I have to watch the pour. The pour is when you pour the basket on the floor, because I'm assuming that's what everyone does. And watch in slow motion is what it feels like where all the underwear fall. And worst case scenario, underwear falls right in front of my mother. Where in that case, I put my hand, put it in the middle of the pile, and I just swipe it.
Just grab that one.
No, I don't grab it. I don't grab it because that's the little telltale sign.
No, like you're folding that one, right?
Right, but sometimes there's 3. So what I'll do is I'll put it in the middle and I'll just cover it, which gives me a little more time to see if it's exposed, and I could just I could steal it without her knowing.
It's like
that
a distraction
I'm
for
stealing
her. Yeah, she's like, you're just moving stuff around, but you're really just pinpointing that
exact
cum stain underwear, basically.
My point is sometimes you can't be direct with your parents. It's the same reason why your mom tells you stories of like, so I was at this, and then I was at this, and then I met your dad, and you're like, he probably fucked a lot.
They probably figured out some of the stuff. I have a story where basically, well, back in the days, I used to have, you know, little dreams that are a little lucid.
Have your mom?
No, just dreams, little wet dreams, and then, you know, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll be like, fuck, what do I do with it? Then I'll go to like the hamper, whatever, where we put all the dirty clothes. But I'm like, I can't put it in there just yet because it's still wet and it's gonna stick onto it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like a freaking magazine with cum in it in the middle.
That's what I'm thinking. Like that, but it doesn't leave cum trails. Like, because you have a
what
heavy load on it. You don't.
No, I would be up in 5 in the morning. That wet dream will wake me up that early in the morning. I don't know why that early in the morning. And then I'm like, okay, in the bathroom. I'm like, I gotta do something. So what I do, I put water in it. I put it underneath the sink. I'll let the water kind of sit in there so it'll be kind of like wet with the stains or whatever. And I'll grab a paper towel and I'll kind of damp at it. I'll try to take it out. I'll kind of squeeze it out basically. I'll kind of rinse it a little bit too. And eventually it'll take away some of the stain actually. It'll take away some of the actual... the gunk, the little gunk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
the skadoosh.
The skadoosh basically. Yeah, so I'll take out some of it, but it'll still be on there a little bit, but I'll make it look like somehow I got it on the bathtub. That's why it looks so wet. So then I'll leave it in there, and then if anything happens, it looks like I just dropped it somewhere and I put it in the hamper. She's like, oh, whatever. But maybe she's caught on one time and she's probably saw the cum stain.
I don't think we're as slick as we think we are.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Maybe she has seen it once and she's probably this fool. But she hasn't said anything to me, so I'm like,
I think that could easily be recognized as I pissed my pants by accident. So
but it didn't smell. So
does it smell like cum?
No, it doesn't. I don't think it smells. It doesn't want to smell. I mean, I don't think cum doesn't really smell too much. Yeah, if it's on the cotton, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, so specific.
I don't know. I think so, right? I think it's different. It smells somewhere else. I think like it's dry somewhere.
I've heard that different people's cum smell different depending on what they eat.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, but that's my technique.
Watch the same videos and get the same ads,
same recommendations, same feed. But I don't know. That was my technique, I guess, trying to be secretive of like my stains, I guess. Or I would wash it myself, but then I either put too much detergent and it'll fuck it up, or it'll make my underwears. I basically have to throw them away because I just fucked them up too much. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, basically. So I always do that technique. I always rinse it underneath the sink. Get some paper towels, kind of really like take away the stain, rub it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and then just leave it in the hamper.
What about? Have you ever shit in your pants and had to do something to that underwear?
No, I probably. If anything, I probably had a little shit in my pants when I was really young, but that's about it. I can't remember though what I did. I probably just shat a little bit, and I just probably put it in the hamper. I don't even know. I can't remember that long. For sure, it was when I was a little kid. Yeah.
People used to ask me, "Have you ever like shat?" And I'd be like, "Never." But then all of my old underwear used to have a little brown swipe. Brown swipe.
I did have a little. No, I would have brown swipes.
But
too.
Is that shat or is that just sweat? And you didn't wipe your ass that good?
We probably
Oh, you think it's sweat that?
I think I didn't wipe my ass good and it's just sweat.
It's a combination of both. I think I was like that too. I didn't know how to wipe my ass properly, and there was a little bit of sweat, and then I had that little same line too every now and then.
Can I say something a little controversial?
What is it?
I'll set it up though. Okay, here. Okay, booty sweat, right? Actually today I was walking, and I felt a little booty sweat, and I was like, "There's a lot of lubrication," and I think like sometimes if you have dry butt, there could be a sort of resistance that makes you slower at walking. Right. So usually from my house to my girlfriend's house, it takes about 15 minutes to get there. I felt like I got there faster because I had booty sweat.
You're more like lubricant. It was just more like
it
was an oil to your machine basically. You're more.
So I have a weird question. I have a weird statement. I think if you're a big person, I think if your friend lived down the block from you, you would get to your friend's house faster if you were a big person than if you were a skinnier person. Why? Because just walking.
That's
no running. You're not allowed to run downhill.
Downhill. That makes a big
difference. Because booty sweat, right? Plus the weight of each leg would get you to.
I mean, if it's a fatter person, for sure, it's kind of like a blob going down the hill.
Yeah, so
A
it's...
blob.
No, I just think about...
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know.
They have no legs. Just a blob.
I'm just thinking like I'm just picturing.
Listen,
like,
I did
like
not say a
bigger
human
person.
slug, you know. A slug. I didn't say a land mermaid. I said a big person with booty sweat.
Yeah.
Right? Booty sweat plus weight plus the gravity of downhill will cause a person of bigger stature to go faster to Kevin's house than if they were a skinny person.
But if you're a skinny person, you're pretty light. Wouldn't you go also fast too?
No, because the booty sweat would not be of advantage to you as
Well,
much.
I gotta know the physics.
It's not a disadvantage.
I think it's just the weight distribution.
To
There's
not
like
have it.
What?
It's not a disadvantage to not have it.
It's not but it's an advantage to have booty sweat if you need to go downhill.
I disagree.
Why do you disagree? Do you have a personal
Because
example?
moisture and skin rubbing together gives you a rash, and when you got a rash,
Depends how wet it
skin
is.
touching, you don't want to walk that fast.
Think about the day, and it's maybe hard for you to understand, but if you haven't showered,
You know what I'm saying?
if
Have
you
you ever
haven't,
got a rash when you're swimming at the beach and then your thighs start? I don't know if your
That's
guys'
different.
thighs touch together.
that's
But
different.
the
it's-
friction. There's no
It makes
friction
me think
probably.
of something similar, right? Your butt cheeks are touching when you're walking.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. When it's starting to dry up, it starts to become like a rubber band sort of texture.
They stick to each
Right,
other.
but I'm talking about like the stage before crusty booty. You know, when you like say you haven't showered in a few days, right? And it's like like very slimy, and eventually it'll turn to crusty booty. That slime is the type of wet booty I'm talking about. Very lubricant. You don't feel any ass resistance. Do you understand?
Kind of, yeah. I think weight plays a big factor because then you also have that analogy where like if you drop a bowling ball from like the same distance from like another tall building, you drop a penny. Which one will go down faster? Like is it a heavier object or is it the penny that's gonna fall down quicker? Which one's gonna fall down quicker? And which one's gonna slide down quicker?
What's the answer?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. That's why I need to know the physics of it. Like, because I think weight does play a big
it's the
factor.
heavier one, right? That falls fast.
Is it the bowling ball that will fall quicker from the same height of the building if a penny were to be dropped in the same height?
I think so.
What would it be dropped quick? What would it
Yeah,
fall
because
to
the penny
down
might
first?
float a little, right? It's so light.
Right.
Maybe that's why. So maybe I'm telling you, I think maybe the fat
But
person for sure.
that's a little different because they're
It's
not
a
just
fat person.
dropping themselves down the hill.
Well, walking,
But-
I've heard that walking is a controlled fall. Yeah? So you are
You kind of.
you are falling into your step. Now,
But they don't take wider steps.
depends on how. I didn't say
Are you talking about a big booty person or a bigger person?
just a,
There's
just
a
a bigger
difference, right?
like a bigger person probably has bigger legs and bigger arms and bigger stomach, bigger everything. So I'm talking about the bigger everything,
Oh,
bigger
You're
okay.
talking
person.
about bigger everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not just a tummy.
That plays a factor though, 'cause like thighs rubbing. You know, that
If
can
it's
slow you
proportionate to
down.
everything in the body, if
Right.
if it's a well-built guy, yeah.
Right. So
Not someone
What
fat.
if they're short?
Yeah, stubby legs.
I'm saying two people, same height, same arm length, same leg length.
But
right.
one just has.
But one
thicker
person didn't take a shower for 7 days, whatever. Just pick your number. Just sweat everywhere. Ass crack just fucking greased the fuck up. I've had it before. I was like, this is gross. But I feel like I'm getting to the place I want to get to faster.
So you know what he's telling us? That he didn't shower today.
Basically, and
Did I shower?
I think you move faster because I think it's more a psychological thing because you're like I want to get out of these pants as quick as possible, so you're walking a little quicker.
No, it wasn't a psychological thing.
Subconscious,
I
maybe. I
don't
don't know.
believe you.
Why would you project?
You're just like you're moving faster. What do you want to stay there longer with the booty sweat in your pants?
No, I was kind of
uncomfortable.
fascinated. I was coming up. I was processing this theory as it was happening. It was an interesting phenomenon. I approached it like a scientist. I think. I do not claim to be a scientist, but it was that sort of scientist curiosity that brought me to this conclusion. Something to think about if y'all big fellas want to try not showering for a long ass time, get that crusty booty. Let me know. Race your skinny friend down the street. No running. Tell him no running. That's not allowed. Just pure walking.
With a little bit of sweat.
A little bit of sweat.
More than a little, because just a little will be that rubber band resistance like you were talking about. It needs to be greasy. It needs to be greasy.
Get that engine going, basically.
How'd you get that sweaty?
I didn't shower for like 2 days. That one time. And it was just like...
Oh, one time, not today.
Not today.
2 days.
And it was... I just knew. I was like, this is going to be crusty soon.
Yeah, 2 days is not that bad. I've had a couple days where I haven't showered.
Yeah.
2 days is not... That's a rookie number.
As a grown-up?
I'm like,
As a
hold
grown
on.
up.
I can't go more than like one full day without.
That's nowadays, you may not
also.
understand as a lady with hygiene on 10.
High maintenance or high maintenance, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know if that's high maintenance.
Nah, everybody showers every day, yeah.
That's right.
I'm like,
maintenance.
the right maintenance, yeah.
Normal maintenance.
Yeah. But...
Civilian maintenance. Keep it going.
Oh, lordy. Yeah. But I do have this one crazy thing I experienced, or that I saw on Facebook this past week. I saw someone post on my friends group on her feed a video. And it was a video about horses breeding, basically. So there's farmers breeding they're bringing the male horse on top of the female horse, and they get him hard first of all. You already see the big old horse.
How large is a horse cock?
It's fucking huge. That's the thing that kind of caught me off guard. How big they are.
Does it curve?
It has a little curve. It's at the very end, but it's so fucking long and huge.
Wow.
And then
could you differentiate the tip from the shaft?
Teeny bit. The thing is, like you know how our foreskin we have like if you pull it back, you'll see the head part and then probably the white part of it. Like you know, like it's lighter than your rest of your penis, I guess.
The tip?
skin.
You're talking about the tip?
Yeah.
That's because we're circumcised.
But I think they're circumcised. I don't know how, but I think it's weird. Yeah, it looks like they're circumcised too.
Wow.
Because you can see like the tip of it is like lighter. It's a lot lighter, and then the rest of it is like the huge dark.
But is it hiding before they get hard? Because you can't see it.
Hold on a minute.
You can see it.
You can see it when they're
circumcised horses?
I don't know. It looks like it.
Can you see it when they're normal, just standing there?
No, I don't think I've ever seen one.
So
like
maybe
that.
it's inside their bodies, and then when they get aroused, it comes out. So wouldn't that cause the same effect?
They might be just tucking it up behind their legs, something.
Maybe it doesn't get as much sun. I mean, that's why it's a little bit lighter in the tip, and then
it wouldn't matter, right? It would get this if it's like inside their bodies and they get aroused and it comes out. Because animals are different than other animals are different than humans.
Wait a minute, though.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm just tripped out.
I think it's more in, and they kind of take it out somehow.
Because you don't see it when they're just right in.
Yeah, you don't really see that whole thing. No, I don't know how.
Because they're not hard all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't even see a little thing like you do with dogs.
It might just be like on their stomach and shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering if it's like on.
Yeah. Maybe it's just
like touching on the exterior, but touching their stomach.
Yeah, unless the one they tape it down.
They didn't tape it down.
Come on.
I mean, they put shoes on horses. They nail shoes on horses. I won't be surprised if they tape the dick down.
This was a compilation, a 1 hour compilation
of horse dick.
They were horse breeding. Basically, they're farmers. They
just
get
not just one, right?
There's a bunch of horses.
Okay, I was like, that was.
And they get this big old male horse. No, I was just like randomly looking at my feed, and then I clicked on them. Just for the curiosity of it, and I started seeing it. And then they put the male horse on top of the female, and the guy just goes at it really quick, and then he busts basically. And then when he comes out, you can see a whole water just coming out, a bunch of fucking just gush of the cum that he just released basically. And wow. I'm like, oh my god! I'm like imagining that porn that I heard about once. That
hold on. This it's not plugged in. Fuck.
What's happening over there?
I guess maybe you can see it.
I think it's.
Are you looking? Karina, I think K-Rod's looking at
we need
right,
to,
this is like him normal, I think, right? Like not.
Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. It's kind of like a little.
It's not that.
It's not that big, but no. Imagine that for like 13 times.
But it's
bigger.
like the skin stretches, so it probably causes it to look clearer.
So it looks more clear towards the end, yeah. And I kept seeing it. It was just so like weird, like how they do it. Like
that's not too odd looking. Like that's normal.
But imagine that. Have you heard about that porn where a girl got fucked by a horse and she died?
No.
And I can see why. Cause you go in there. First of all, it's as long as
first of all, how did he hold her down?
I don't know how they did it, but I think I saw a little bit of it, and I didn't want to see the rest because it was like years ago.
They must have forced the horse. Right?
Maybe, yeah.
Somehow too.
But the thing is, he could penetrate through like a lot of organs, and it's so big. And when it releases, this gush of fucking cum that the horse releases. So I'm guessing that too. It must have gone to the ribs and it must have killed her instantly right there.
Fuck.
And the power, like, and they come quick. I was seeing the videos, and they're just like maybe a couple 3 thrusts, and that's about it. And they just be like, oh, and they just like you can see like the legs, kind of their legs. You can see their legs like
one more time. Give it to me.
Oh, they're just like not like that, but they were just they stiffen. You can see their legs just like go like this, and then they come out. All the gush just fucking comes out of the girl's, poo-tang. You know what I mean? But no, it's like I was just I saw 3 of them, and I was just like, it's a whole hour compilation. I'm like, what the fuck?
A whole hour of horse fucking?
Basically, this is them breeding the horses
crazy.
in the ranch, basically.
Interesting. I'm fascinated with animals. I'm usually more fascinated on like the hunting, preying aspect, and less so the fucking. But you just opened up a new portal for me.
I was like, I could be watching this forever, but I'm like, at one point I was just like,
forever.
I had seen enough where I was like, now I know. Now I've seen horses fuck or how they, I guess, breed them. And that's the process. I'm like, holy shit, they fluff them up. I don't know how they fluff them up because they just had before, I guess they didn't record the part where they fluff him up. You just see his long old dick basically, and then they get him closer to the girl, and they're like, okay, get up, and they mount him on the girl.
You ever seen?
And I don't know where he goes.
You ever seen an elephant cock before?
No, I never seen one. No.
Dude, elephant cock.
It's big.
Dude,
how big is it? Well, if horse cock is really
elephant.
Huge.
Okay, well, let's look up how tall an elephant is.
I'm imagining like a horse cock is from here to the tip of your hat. Like that's how long a horse cock is. Here to the tip of your hat. That's how big it is.
I watched a video.
What? So what is that, like 3 feet?
It's big. It's like 2.5 feet maybe.
I do got a long torso. Make it about me.
But how big is the elephant?
The elephant's cock.
Schnoogle.
Okay, I watched this video in high school, right?
Oh.
How big can it be?
And it must have been hard.
Mm-hmm.
But the dick didn't hold. It didn't hold up. It went all the way down to the ground.
Because it was heavy.
So it's just as long as the tail of the elephant.
Jesus.
So
but it's very girthy, I can imagine. Is it girthy?
It's not as girthy. It's like it looks like another tail. It looks like another dangling tail.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wonder, like, okay, if that was hard, how does the elephant fuck with the cock that dangles to the ground?
It's more flaccid, basically.
I think the female elephant. I've never seen the female elephant fuck, but it would have to go on his back, and the elephant would have to hover over the female elephant. I don't know. I can't really.
It's similar.
The elephant's on
I think it's missionary. I think it's elephant missionary.
I think it's the same as horses, right?
They probably just go on top of them.
They just jump.
On top.
Jeremy, they can't get up if they're on their back.
They could get on
You
top
think
of them.
that
They're
elephant
strong.
could hold up a whole elephant?
Yeah, they're elephants.
Yeah.
The horse held up the other horse on top of him.
That would probably.
They'll hurt themselves if they land on their back. Like, it's really hard for them to get up.
How are they going to get up? Yeah, it's going to be hard for them.
Then that probably cause all the 1 and 2 points earthquakes because.
Yeah.
Because that would break the ground.
They're kind of in the middle of nowhere, so.
Yeah. You know, in animes where they punch each other and the floor goes boom.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what the ground looks like when elephants fuck on each other.
Well, elephants was an African elephant and an Asian elephant?
I don't remember.
Well, the African one is bigger. We're at 10 feet.
10 feet tall.
And then the Asian elephant is 8.9.
Wait, no, 10 feet? The dick is 10 feet.
No, you said tall. You asked how tall they were.
Just the height.
Oh, I was about to say.
I thought they were tall. I thought they were tall.
Lord, imagine seeing that.
Well,
That's probably from the ground to the back.
That's the lowest average is 10 feet for an African one.
So they must be
They can go up to 13.
If anything, I'm probably guessing like 3 feet. Their dick is that long. It's a little bigger than a horse cock. I think the horses have a pretty big cock.
I'm asking another controversial question. Well, you know how like you look at other guys and you're like, I can see how they're attractive, right? And you know, like with girls, obviously with girls because we're straight, we're like, God damn. But like with other guys, we go, fuck. Like
I want to have
that man good looking.
He has some nice hair, some nice maybe lips or
right.
biceps. You're like, oh, he has a good
and then you get a little jealous, maybe.
Oh yeah, you kind of have that envy. You're like,
or you try not to. You try to keep it cool, and you just like, all right.
You're a little competitive.
You just go, right?
I see you.
Huh?
I said you try.
Yeah, I try.
No, I'm just saying.
I try.
I'm just adding on to your trying to not be jealous.
Yeah.
That's all I was saying.
Okay, I see. Okay. So, take that and imagine. Could you see could you kind of see how
What, people are gay or what?
No.
Where we're going for this?
Could you? What's the most attractive animal?
Oh my god!
If you have to,
I like the setup for that. I'm like, what?
if you have to pick,
That turned into a whole
the
different
hypothetical. I'm sorry, I don't know why my button.
To animal.
I don't know why my button is down.
The most attractive animal. Basically, if I were to fuck an animal, which animal would I fuck?
Say that, but like, yeah. Like,
Or
if you have to,
Oh, that much? Not
No,
just
no.
like you find them beautiful and like.
look, I'm just saying,
It's like,
like,
would you have
if
to
you
eat-
were half,
Yeah, babies with.
yeah, which one would be the most attractive? Let's just say that.
We're gonna create another Rona, basically. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh.
Hypothetically, create another Rona with me right now.
Which animal? If
It's definitely not a bat.
fuck no.
Well, that's
Man.
impossible.
That's the theory, right? That they fucked the bat.
No, they ate a
They
bat.
ate it.
Well, they ate, but I also heard they fucked the bat. They grabbed it by the wings. They went to town.
Oh no.
And the bat's like, oh
Well,
shit.
they killed it. Then I guess. They're not that large.
That's-
Imagine you grab a bat and you're just like,
They're not that big.
I think you would.
you have to hunt for them at night too.
Just for sure rather do anal, I think, on a bat.
Where do you even find the hole for the bat? I don't even know.
I somehow feel like.
You'll probably kill the bat. Cause I think
Anyways, let's not do
That's
bat.
what I'm saying,
That's
yeah.
not the animal I would pick. Let's get off a bat. What is wrong with you?
I was thinking it's our Rona.
Different animal. What animal would you pick?
Well, probably like a chimpanzee, cause that's the closest to like a human.
Well, let's not do a boring
That's-
answer like that. What
'Cause
you think?
that's how AIDS, I guess,
You
got
would.
created.
You would.
Oh, that's true.
Because someone fucked the chimp, because that's closest to the human kind of
So it don't
anatomy.
work out there.
Yeah. Besides, okay, maybe.
Can you
Well, let's
imagine?
exclude, I guess, the chimp.
That's a little
Like,
boring.
other
Yeah.
exotic animals.
Side note though, I did see a video of
Do you have a choice?
no, not yet.
No.
Not yet.
I saw this video though.
Multiple choices.
Maybe we can link this, but a animal.
Farm animals, I got domestic animals. Go on though.
A animal expert dude, like he was really good with chimps, right?
Hmm.
And I think this was in Africa. I might be wrong, but I think this was in Africa. He brings his girlfriend to go see these chimps for just like, here's a little cool thing, girlfriend. Like probably make them more attractive, whatever. I don't know why he did it. And so he's like, okay, just come closer. And then the fucking chimps they fucking come out, right? One of the alphas like come out. And he's like, like this. And then the girlfriend's still like kind of in the side, and she's like, no, come closer. And she's just slowly smiling. And then by the end of the video, the alpha monkey and his girlfriend she's literally like laying on the lap of this alpha monkey, just like looking at him, and the alpha monkey is like playing with their hair. They're just it looks like real couple
like a
shit.
human.
She doesn't
Basically.
realize what's happening, probably.
He's about to go. That's scary.
And the
isn't it?
guy's making some jokes like ha ha ha. They're just but
He's
That
about to
is
kiss
scary.
you. He's about
but that
to
alpha
fuck you.
monkey will steal your girl. Yeah.
Oh my lordy.
Especially if it's the alpha, I'd be scared.
Yeah.
He get fucked by the alpha.
Dude, you see that video? I'm like, they both look turned on. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying.
Lordy.
Hers
Really
might be a
closer.
little bit more out of fear.
So
Like
maybe
I
that's
just,
how that happened when someone else.
Someone got
Yeah.
had sex. They were too close to. I guess they were testing something out with the chimps, and then someone got too close to one.
like,
That's what I
but
think
the
happened.
chimp looked at her and was like, "Damn, she fine." Like, where does that?
He was like staring at her. Like, you
Yeah,
could see it.
just, and then the crazy thing is, wore her hat on top of his head.
He like took it off and was like,
Took it off her head, put it on his head. And I
damn,
was
he
like,
was in love.
I was like, fuck. Like, this is like,
First is lovey-dovey.
this is cute and scary at the same time.
lovey-dovey
Like,
in the first minutes, but after that,
you ever have an emotion and you're like, I've never felt this
Because
before.
they
I never
were
felt
not
this before.
completely domesticated, right? They were like in a zoo
No,
kind of setting.
no,
Oh, they were in the
Just
wild.
They were in the wild.
Oh.
never trust
shoot.
those mother.
But
Even
I
in the
think-
zoo, any
I
type
think
of
the
chimp.
monkey
Yeah, but they weren't like
respected the
home
guy.
ones, you know.
Yeah.
I think the monkey respected the guy. They were probably like friends.
Mm-hmm.
But was it clear that he was his girl? Clearly, he didn't give a fuck. Clearly, chimp didn't give a fuck, or gorilla. I don't remember. Yeah.
I mean, that's our evolution right there from the
Yeah,
monkeys.
that's good.
That's really close to where we are. So I guess I can see that happening. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would fuck a tiger, I think.
Jesus.
Oh, there! I knew that was coming. I don't know why I knew.
I don't even know what
I think.
Fuck. This
If,
is like, it's just
I
so...
think if you're a fucking animal, it would be more. And not that I would ever do it, but it would just be like, you know, like in prison.
They are very pretty, but
they're beautiful, but not in that way.
Yeah.
In prison, like the guy fucks another guy. I don't think it's because they're gay most of the time. I think it's more of a power thing, and it's like, God damn, I fucked a motherfucking tiger.
But a tiger is like 2 times bigger than you are.
Yeah, that's if you make it out alive. I'm just saying, like,
midway through the stroke, you're already fucking biting the shit.
midway through the fuck, you know, you should just like, what if you're like hitting from the back and the tiger kills you? It's like, well, you kind of deserve that.
Basically. Unless they like it and they let you do that on them.
They do kind of play with their prey before they kill them, so that might be one way of like using you for the fuck and then killing you. Damn, that weak ass dick. Bam!
Oh my lord.
Dead boy.
I'm trying to imagine like a character that I've seen in movies, like a cartoon character. Then I'll fuck one, maybe like a bunny or a rabbit. Or
you
something.
thinking Jessica Rabbit?
Yeah, it's like maybe it'll be.
I don't know why I knew Bunny was coming.
Cause I don't know. I was just it's not those reasons.
I won't say it.
Yeah.
Say it.
I know what it is.
I don't.
I'll tell you afterwards.
What? How does she know and I not know? What is this going?
You talked about it last time.
Talked about it last time. Remember,
okay.
we're drawing. I was drawing a bunny. Remember, I was coloring a bunny.
He had a reason why he was coloring a bunny.
Can you whisper it in my ear?
It'd be hard.
Right.
I was like, I'll whisper it right here.
My plan failed.
But I was just thinking like a cartoon character. And I'm like, who's hot? Jessica Rabbit. I'm like, well, probably.
I know K-Rod has an animal crush.
Who's the animal crush that you'll have?
And guess what animal he is?
What?
Say it.
Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny.
But it's not because of what he looks
Mickey
like.
Mouse?
It's because of what he sounds like.
Okay, you can preface with that, but you still gotta say the animal.
It's the character from Zootopia, the gorilla.
I think I've seen. Yeah.
The singer.
Oh yes.
So you want some gorilla action?
There's a bunny in that movie too, right?
There's 3 bunnies.
The cop, right? She's a cop in Zootopia.
Oh no, I'm thinking I said the wrong movie.
Oh, that's a real
Sing. You think about Sing, but not Zootopia's a different one. I know what you're saying.
Okay.
I got confused, but I know which one you were talking about. Yeah.
You
That,
probably like
British
those cop
gorilla.
porn videos.
The
And
cop.
they got those cop porn videos with the cop like, I'm gonna arrest you, and then
Cop dressed as a bunny.
A Halloween edition. It'll be like Halloween edition. It can't be like a regular cop porn. It has to be like Halloween cop edition. I'm a bunny. Like, where are you, ma'am? I'm a bunny. Well, I'm a fuck you. Like, just imagine. I'm imagining the scenario. I'm like, how would that be like?
But yeah, you said it's just because of the voice, right? You just.
I think it's the voice.
That voice is like, you know,
like
that's
like nice.
It's like, ooh, you could
That's what
that voice
we related
could like, drop
to.
a lot of panties.
Yeah, I think so.
But I can't really think of an animal like.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll fuck me up if anything. Like big animals,
you're just
like rhinos or
just don't
jaguars.
think too much about it. Just
But if they
throw
didn't,
one out
like,
there.
Beat you up.
Yeah, just throw one out there. Don't really think too much about it. It's not a real
And you
question.
didn't
It's not
cause
gonna
a
happen.
disease.
If anything, it'll be a
it was-
bigger animal because it'll feel more like a human, or it'll be bigger like a human. It can't be something small like a bat. Like imagine you're just like it's like a freaking fleshlight or some shit like that.
That's bullying in a way.
In a way, right?
If it wasn't rape, it would be bullying.
Yeah. Damn. PETA's gonna be on our asses now.
We'll just pick an
We're
animal.
picking an animal.
We're picking an animal. If anything, I'll probably do like a
Primal
cat. I'll do a
Primos,
cat
44
too, probably.
subscribers said.
Yeah.
Oh, cat.
A cat.
That's
Well, no, like a
controversial.
cat type of feline, like a
You know
a
what I'm talking
jaguar
about?
or some type of like big cat like that.
Oh, big cat. Okay.
Not small cat,
Not
no.
a home
A
cat.
big cat. A big
yeah.
cat. Oh,
Not
so we
that
both.
cat.
Something like jaguar,
Big
maybe.
cats.
I'll probably do. You know.
You need to tell them everyone that you're kidding right now, please.
But we are kidding, yes. But if anything, it'll be closer to like the size of a human body. Like
I feel like I
human,
said it already like 13 times.
So.
I know, but
No need to say it again.
that bit of you saying it would be a cat. Oh yeah, a cat.
It'll be a jaguar. Jesus.
All right, you soundbite warriors. Just,
Damn. They'll edit it and they'll.
I'd be like, you didn't listen to the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh,
That's what you
Lord.
always gotta say.
Damn.
But we haven't had any of those yet. But I'm prepared.
But yeah, that's what I saw this past
Don't
week.
they dig into your past? So be prepared.
Went to Gateway High School. Fuck you.
What happened with Ellen? Remember Ellen? What's happening recently right now? They're digging her past right
I
now.
actually don't know exactly
Have you heard about
what
this
happened.
I haven't heard too much about it. It's just like that. Apparently, she was like a really shitty person to her
They're
workers.
just
I
talking
guess.
about her now.
Yeah, and they're like, But then she's really on the internet right now. And they're really talking smack about her. I think people.
It's not just her.
Oh, other people
too.
It's
a lot of people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Brian Callen
recently about the rape allegations. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Which it's funny. It's a lot of people are getting these rapey things, and they're handling. And to me, I'm looking more at how they're handling it, because I don't know what the truth is. So like some people will. Chris D'Elia, what he did was he left his podcast, left everything, and then he waited until he got the receipts, which were like the text messages, so he could kind of refute some of the claims. Brian Callen put out a video.
It's right away.
Yeah, right away. The next day, I think.
It's like you have a method.
I did not do it. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, you either like stay silent, but then also like staying silent, you get that, backlash of like, oh,
why are you staying quiet?
Why are you staying so quiet? You're suspicious. But then if there's also bad things about you saying it right away, because I mean, they'll be like, oh, you're so defensive. Why are you so defensive out of nowhere? Like, it's just like, you can't win with them, The
Schultz said he would go really hard in the paint, because you are trying to you are defending your career. Because because one way or another, you're in danger of getting canceled. There's 90, there's a high percentage of you getting canceled. So you have to fight for yourself. However, like, there are people saying, if I didn't do it, I wouldn't I wouldn't just stop my podcast. I would continue doing what I'm doing.
It, yeah.
But I don't think it's so black and white, but I sort of agree with that. I sort of agree with keep doing what you're doing, but I understand there's going to be a lot of pressure when it comes to this, because the whole, especially if you're on Twitter and all of this, and you're just going to be reading the shit out of it, it's going to be a heavy load on you. But I still think the right thing to do is probably, I say probably because I don't know and I've never felt that sort of celebrity pressure, is to keep doing your podcast, is to keep posting videos, is to keep doing the funny, keep doing whatever it is that you're doing.
You could say like a message. You could be like, before you do your podcast, after those allegations, be like, okay, you guys have probably heard about this and this.
And talk about it.
And you talk about it for a little bit and be like, I'm not going to be focusing on this the whole podcast, but I'm just going to say this right now. And then we'll just continue on.
But what if your manager says, not a good idea?
But like...
Well, you should listen to it. I think it was...
I think it's just a lot.
Didn't Chris D'Elia admit to it?
No, he said that
he did talk to these girls.
He talked to them. That's all he did. And then once he found out,
but they never admitted that. The girls never said either that he met up with them. Right?
Yeah, they never. I don't think they ever met up. It wasn't more like, I think once he found out their ages, he kind of just dipped.
So it was
true. He would talk to them. Yeah, he would.
Were true then.
They're true that he would talk to them, but he would found out that they're like underage, they were minors, so he would just. Yeah, he wouldn't do anything with them. He didn't do anything. Yeah, so
but that's the like sort of.
But people are still like
the line that seems to be changing culturally is like before it was like no means no, yes means yes, and right now it's like even if you say no, it's still not enough. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying like times are changing, and there are different things you need to do in this current thing. But also, one of the girls claimed that she said, and please. Like Google all of the shit. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I just briefly say one of the girls said, "Oh, like he was very like pursuing me and all this stuff."
Super nice, right? And everything, yeah.
No, not nice.
Nice? Oh, you didn't say she didn't.
Well, no, the allegation, and we're talking about the allegations.
Okay.
Nobody has nice allegations.
But he means in like he was friendly.
He was charming. That's what I'm guessing. Like the girl said, "Oh, he was charming and this and that." But then he did something. I don't know. That's what I'm guessing. But go keep going. No, keep going.
I don't think they said he was charming.
No, never.
He was very straight to the point.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that's probably where like the issue was. He said, "Oh yeah, he still like tried to kind of message me back, but then they looked like after it wasn't clear that the reason. Sorry, I'm all over the place. The reason she was 16 and how he would have found out about it is she sent him her Instagram link, and in her bio it said like graduated or about to graduate high school, or I think there was a balloon that said 17, something like that.
17, thriving in SoCal or whatever. Yeah.
But I don't want to fuck it up, but there was one girl who made an allegation, and then actually what happened, he had the receipts, and she hit him up next year and says, "You want to fuck now?"
Oh,
something
like
like
after she became
right. But that was
legal, basically.
right. So she was then legal, and then reached out to him the year afterwards, and she was of age, and I don't remember what happened after that, but that it seemed like that to me sounds like she's a little salty. You know, that to me sounds a little like
he rejected her.
Yeah, he rejected her, I believe. And so now she's doing the allegation. Like
so she did say stuff about him as well.
Yeah, like she's talking full shit, but she also hit him up the next week. So I'm like, you wanted a little.
You wanted something.
Dick.
Yeah, you wanted.
So
that was you're baiting.
It's complicated.
You're baiting
it's complicated, guys. You know, there's the full story. No, there is no full story. You'll never know the full story, but there's always more information.
Only the people in the court basically will know the full story.
But I get why he left. Right? You don't want those comments.
Yeah.
You look stupid if you turn off your comments.
You look stupid
if you... just don't do anything. He has enough money to go off the grid
or just to get a good lawyer, and if anything, if he gets...
I think Louis did it right, in a way. Louis C.K. He left for a year, and then he made a special, like, you know.
So, that's a good way, yeah. Just different methods of doing it, yeah.
Kevin Hart tried to
copy that.
Tried to do something where I guess he got in trouble for saying like some gay slurs, like back in 2008 or something, and he was like apologizing. He was talking about this on Joe Rogan's pod, and he said, at some point I apologized so many times that people just kept rebuttaling harder and harder and harder, and then I realized you can't apologize forever. You have to move on. So. There's always a fine balance between like nothing and something. And what is that fucking balance?
Those people that won't forgive you, right? So you lost them, I guess, and that's it.
Yeah.
But it does need to die down, I think.
At the end of the day, you just gotta do your own thing, and then kind of if someone is wanting you to go to court, then I guess you go to court. I mean, they have the money too, so they'll get a lawyer. And if you are telling the truth, I guess it'll come out as the truth, but yeah.
Hey, but your reputation's never
the same.
You're always
that's the rap. Yeah, the rap is the thing.
Chris D'Elia is always Chris Pedophilia now. He's just always that guy. He's gonna be that guy forever. And you know, I think the Rona is gonna catch a lot of people in that sense.
Who do you blame in that case? It was still his fault. Whether the girls talked or not, it was still his fault.
His fault for what though?
He started the conversation.
But what was his fault? You can't hit up
Chris
girls.
D'Elia, pedophilia, whatever you said. That name is his fault.
Well, what is his fault though? He's not a pedophile.
He talked to the girls.
But if he is not a pedophile, why
talking to underage girls in a sexual manner?
If he knew,
if he knew, that's.
But I thought that there was proof that they told him directly, and then he kept going.
Oh, that happened, then yeah.
I don't know.
Then actually, doesn't mean he raped them. But he still spoke to them.
Yeah.
So he did that to himself.
No way.
I'm not, I don't know.
I think it's if anything, it's a dumb thing for a celebrity to do.
Very.
That's what it is.
So yeah, I don't think.
I'm not gonna do a judgment call on like 17 and a half. I don't know. I'm not too smart.
It shouldn't matter because he should be smarter than that.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. It's if you're of celebrity status.
Don't be stupid.
You just have to be kind of cautious in that sense. Like he
was comfortable, I think, is what it was. He's like, oh, I'm blah blah blah. I can fuck whoever I want.
And yeah, and that's the other thing. That power of fucking whoever you want. Yeah, then you don't have to pick a 17, or you could just pick someone who's not 17 if you could fuck whoever you want. Let's just call it
He just likes younger girls. He just likes them.
I don't know.
Just wait till I turn 18 and you won't have any issues.
Yeah.
And they're still young.
Check. Make sure you check. Make sure you double, triple
And if he likes younger girls, I mean, in the legal age at 18, that's, I guess, fine. I mean, for me, like, you're just dating younger girls. A lot younger girls. But they're legal, so you could legally kind of date them. So it's just a matter, I guess, of... Yeah,
I remember what Louis C.K. said, and he got in trouble for jacking off in front of women, and he said in a special, you guys want to talk about it? at the end, and he was like, okay, I'll talk about it, and he said, if if you want to jack off in front of women, ask, and then ask again, and then if they say yes, don't do it.
Wait, why? Wait, hold on, wait.
That's what he said.
Does he said? Wait, hold on. Wait.
You don't understand?
Ask again? Like, wait.
He said if you want to jack off in front of women,
You gotta
ask them.
Ask them.
And if they say yes, ask them again. And if they say yes again, just don't do it.
Because too much of a risk already right there. The third time.
Yeah.
Is that what it means?
Yeah, he got in trouble for...
Yeah.
They
well,
said...
even asking twice is already a better...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just don't do it, he's saying. Just don't do it.
Mm-hmm. That they might have felt.
If you even gotta ask, I guess, in that sense, like twice, yeah. Then it's already kind of like... Yeah.
He's just striking the point that, you know, everybody has their fetishes, but I think, like, if you're a celebrity, you know, it's...
If you're well known to the public a lot more, like...
You have to
that,
be super careful.
Yeah.
And I think it's a conversation that people need to have more, is how do you... Especially when up-and-coming celebrities. Not saying they should take a class or anything, but I think there needs to be some guidance in terms of how to deal with coming up and receiving so much power, fame.
It takes over you.
It takes over you.
I don't think there can be a class to teach you how to not. You just have to have it in your head, right? I think, from the beginning.
But mentors. I think you can have mentors. Therapy, yes, and mentors. I think people that have been through it and that you can look to. That's something I've been thinking about a lot. Is like, like in my life, like I used to think about this like a lot more than I have now. Like, should I
do certain
it's more
things?
Should I have a mentor?
Right
should I have a mentor? Because there's only so much clarity you can have on your own. Is this the right thing to do for my career? First off, is this even funny? Like, if you're trying to make a funny video, and then obviously you need feedback. Feedback is what you need, right? Having a mentor who's been through the thing you're trying to do, whether it be the experience itself or the difficulty of when you get there, I think it's important. I think it's important to always think that. Like, I actually stopped thinking about that recently. You know, and I had this dream.
You had a dream?
I had a dream.
What was the dream about?
Let's
go crazy. K-Rod's not here anymore. Let's go fucking crazy.
I had a dream. And I fucked my mom. Just kidding.
You see K-Rod peeking her head over like, what?
I had a dream, and Martin Luther King.
MLK.
He had one.
Bruh. Everybody had a dream. Everybody has a dream.
I have one too. It's just not as serving to the community.
To the community, to the whole country, I guess.
And I was in this jiu-jitsu gym, right? And there was this guy who I recognized from a Korean drama. But it had nothing to do with the Korean drama. It was just his face. And after class, I had such a good time. I felt like I was in the community. I was vibing. It felt like a gym family. And I full on embraced him. I was like, I cried. I cried in this man's arms. And you're laughing, and it is funny. It is funny because that's not something I would do, and it's not something I could picture myself doing. But I feel like dreams tell you things you otherwise would not think of. Maybe because it doesn't sound... Sometimes you dismiss certain ideas. Like,
I think the meaning of dreams, there's so much of subconscious things there. It's like pieces of a puzzle in your dream, basically. You have so many of them, but you can't picture it all together. But it's still part of that puzzle in your life, you know? There's those pieces all in that dream, but you can't put them together just because... It's a fucking dream, and it's fucking blurry.
That's what I'm talking about. I think you can. I think you can.
In a dream?
Decode your dreams.
Afterwards. Yes. You can find the missing puzzle piece basically, and be like, oh, well, this means that, and you put it together, and you're like, oh, I can see the whole fucking image now.
So recap. It's not that perfect, but I had a dream, and I had a I had a gym family, a jiu-jitsu gym family, and I there was a guy, the teacher, and I embraced him and I cried in his arms. And I was like, I woke up and I was like, I guess I really want to go to the gym, right? And then the next day, I had a similar dream. I hung out with Andrew Schultz and Akash. They do the podcast together. In this dream, I went to a comedy club, and I told them, I want to do comedy because of this experience, because I hang out with you guys today. And I hugged them and I cried in their arms.
Hugged and cried.
It was
hugging
the
anybody
same
in your
thing.
and crying.
2 days in a row, full-grown men crying in their arms.
I'm in the dream like, cry
Are
baby.
they crying with you?
Now they're like, what?
No.
Like they got off my shoulder.
No, but they sort of like understood me because they've probably been me.
You're crying.
And but I mean, I'm just projecting. It's just a dream. They're not real. But that's how I felt. And I was like, is this what the whole daddy thing is about? I was like, is this why people call people daddy? I was like, no. At first, that's why I was like, is this something I should explore?
Going somewhere.
I'm going somewhere, right? But no, I had a good dad, childhood, everything. So it's not that. But I think it's more of a mentorship thing. I think
role model, yeah.
The role model of
you want the approval of the role model to guide you forward. Basically, you're like, I want
not approval.
This, you know?
Your career daddies.
Your career daddies. Career daddies.
I want my career daddies.
I think we all need a career daddy.
Yeah.
And mommy.
But more daddy.
Coming from a mama's boy, I'm like,
more mommy. Daddy for men, probably.
Yeah, more daddy for men because we're still learning how to become young adults or adults in the professions we would like to be in and thrive in. And so for me, it's like, I was like, damn, like I maybe that dream was like, Jeremy, you should, like, you are scared of comedy, just fucking go for it. Or it was like, it was some of that, and there was some of like, yeah, I would appreciate it so much if I had a jiu-jitsu family and all of that. Some like a team that I really vibe with and I look forward to seeing every day. And those were kind of like, I looked at my life and I was like, I don't have my career daddies. And if I did, that might be the light bulb that changes everything.
Well, sometimes
I want to call people daddy. I don't know.
Maybe you'll never find the career daddy, but you'll have career cousins or career like sisters and brothers. You know, because
I have that.
Armando's like, call me a cousin.
You can call me.
That's why we're primos.
Call me daddy. Actually, I could be your daddy. Call me career daddy. You can cry on my shoulder. It's all there. Go ahead. It's open for you.
Don't you have that thing where you're like, okay, here's like an old, like, you look at good-looking people and you get jealous, right? You look at...
It goes back to the animal
people who are better and you get jealous, right? That's like human nature, but deep down inside I learned in this dream, like, fuck all the jealous stuff. Like, let's be honest, like, you want to be like these people, like, hang with these people, learn from these people. Don't be afraid to talk to these people because they know what it's like to be you. And you're only doing yourself a disservice by blocking out the opportunities that will get you to meet people like that, your career daddies. If you by you being jealous and egotistical and saying I could do my own thing, takes away from the very potential that you will gain from meeting people like that. Like, I don't know what it's like to be a successful career. I'm gonna just try to figure out on my own. That's gonna take a fucking long time if you're lucky.
I guess, yeah, you kind of have to look. But I guess they're like, what is that saying? That you don't want to like really meet your heroes, I guess, because then you'll find out the bad truths. Basically.
But I think I don't think you should treat people as your heroes. I think you should treat people.
Or is that saying the enemies, like keep your enemies closer and your friends, I guess, farther away? I don't know, kind of like that in a sense.
I think you should keep people you should look at people like honest individuals. And some people are honestly so great at their craft. Some people are honestly lazy fucks that should change their lifestyle. Some people are honestly... Actually, that was the person I was talking about. Some people are honestly poor as fuck but want to be rich and need to know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many people that are honestly the way that they are, and if you can gear your eyes to see that sort of thing, to verify that sort of thing, to see greatness, then I think you won't so easily let it pass you by. But you can, I guess, leverage that to all around, like, making things easier for yourself, maybe. I mean, I think that's just what it starts with. It starts with how can, like, wow, that person's, like, amazing, I want to talk to them. And then after that, you become great friends. Like, that's and then it's about, like, the people, the relationships you build. That just make things more confusing.
I'm like, what was the point of this? You went to a whole different path.
Career daddies.
Career daddies in general. I guess, yeah, you need some mentor, I guess, in your life to kind of give you clarity. Like,
and I think I rejected that. I rejected that
or you
in
have
life.
Opportunities. I guess that was that one time, I remember we went to go see Trevor Wallace and we saw that other comedian.
And Michael Blaustein.
They're both like, I guess they have their own podcast, right? And we had a chance to talk to them, but we didn't, I guess.
Yes.
I guess that gave you nightmares, basically. It wasn't a dream. You had a nightmare. That was a fucking nightmare.
That was a living
nightmare, but you also had nightmares of, like, that, too, that scenario.
Very upsetting.
Hey, our producer was very upset at us.
I didn't think about it then.
Eye contact and I was like, now's your chance. And
he was standing.
Yeah.
Michael Blaustein.
On his own.
Michael Blaustein, the person we thought... No
Mm-hmm.
shade to Trevor. We think he was hilarious, but we thought...
Trevor was in the back, I think, taking pictures.
We thought Michael stole the show.
Maybe we like his humor a little bit more. But I know people like Trevor a lot, so...
I thought Michael...
You
thought Michael stole the show. I thought Michael stole the show.
That night, I fucking cracked up. Like no other time, yeah.
Right? And Trevor was backstage with all the fans that paid extra to stay with him. And Michael was... right behind a front door, little space, probably as big as this room, small room, just chatting it off with one or two people.
No, I think he was talking to, like, the venue person.
Talking to the venue person?
Like, the security, yeah. So it was like, you know, he's just, like, probably just there.
Probably just there.
And then someone beat you too, some fans beat you too, and I was like, we were just there.
Well, I think it was another comedian.
And he was, like, looking around. Like,
but that's not what pissed me off. What pissed me off was we were between the door, the line, and we were kind of like, are we staying or are we going? And we had a conversation, and we decided to go. We left the line, and then they closed the door immediately.
And we couldn't go back in after
we couldn't go back
in. They were like, oh, let's actually go back. And then, boom, they closed it.
And I remember being buzzed and disappointed. Like, like buzzed from alcohol.
Yeah.
And bummed from...
There was probably a double effect. You were probably bummed, but even more bummed because of the alcohol that kicked in. Yeah.
I was bummed.
You were bummed.
Yeah.
Double bums. Damn.
So I don't want that to happen again, and I think that's what this dream was.
When the opportunity arises, you fucking take it, and that's one main thing that I guess people don't. You take it kind of for granted, or like people don't even realize it, and then you're like, oh shit, I just missed the best opportunity right there.
Like,
I don't set this out into the world that he should be a guest on this podcast.
Michael Blaustein?
Because you never got the opportunity to meet him.
Michael Blaustein.
Welcome here.
I commented on a lot of your posts, trying to get you to react to it, to repost it, because you told me to roast you, and I felt like I had a couple good ones, but didn't get that many likes. One day, you will repost those multiple times.
Keep trying.
And then you'll see us, and we hope. Dream guest. Our dream guest is not fucking...
How would we set up the
Our dream guest isn't say some famous people. It isn't Joe Hogan.
Tom Cruise.
It isn't.
Halle Berry.
It isn't.
You're going...
Bobby Lee, you know.
Oh,
it's
no.
you.
Theo.
No, I want Bobby Lee.
I want Theo Vaughn. Imagine having Theo Vaughn here.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine that. I'll pass out. I'll at least let him talk.
But he's going to be before those people.
But you'll be before them. Of course, we love you, Michael Blaustein. Of course.
I'm just saying you're up there in league with all.
But you are, yeah. I think he's getting up there to that point where he's.
I would say fuck Tom Cruise, Michael Blaustein, hands down, all day, every day.
Yeah, of course.
Fucking slit your throat right now.
Can we not have? Why not Bella? I'll be like that little girl in the commercial, like the taco commercial. She's like, "Why can't we have a crunchy taco and a soft taco or some shit like that?" She's like, "Por qué no los dos?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, it's just like why not both or whatever." I'm gonna be like that. Why not the?
I just learned about quesarito. I'm like, it's not that cool.
Which one?
Quesarito.
What's that? Quesarito. Oh, it's just like a quesadilla with burrito. Mm-hmm. How do you do that? You would have to put a lot of cheese inside the burrito. A lot of cheese. Oh no, that's not gonna be good. A lot of cheese. I can't really.
I mean, I'll probably like it, but you know.
If you like cheese a lot, then you'll be a fan of that. I still want to try sushi burrito. I've been trying.
It's gonna be extra $4 or $5. I'm not gonna order a quesarito.
Have you had sushi burrito?
Some burritos already have cheese.
It's true.
Yeah.
Sushi burrito, I have tried it.
Everybody has tried it, but I have not. And they're always saying like it's alright. I'm like, even if it's alright, I still want to try it. I still want to fucking try it.
You're actually a very picky person when it comes to food.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. No, I don't think... Well, I was actually pickier a lot back in the day. Imagine right now, but...
You kind of do this. You go like, you look at it and you go, okay, oh.
I have to like analyze it. Yeah, I gotta be like, do I really want that in my stomach right now?
My mom said you learn a lot about a person on how picky they are. And I think you're quite picky.
No.
You don't think you're picky?
Not anymore, no. I used to be a lot picky about food. Like, I would not eat, like, salami. So, just random stuff. I wouldn't be like, that never heard of it. I would just be like, But if I don't hear about some type of certain food, I'll be like, I'll be interested. I'll be like, well,
I see in your face, you're like, Like, I don't know.
I guess just, like, in toppings of, like, stuff, like, I'll be like,
We went to go get, what is it called? What is that sandwich we had, with my mom?
Cheesesteak?
Yeah, we had at Americana, we saw a cheesesteak, and you were kind of about a cheesesteak. And I was like, why are you about a cheesesteak? Just eat the cheesesteak.
Because I never really had too many cheesesteaks, so I'm like, I don't even
That's know what I'm saying. You can't be, like, if you're picky about a cheesesteak, you're picky. Cheesesteak is just cheese, steak, and bread.
No, I'll still eat it. I just want to know what I will put in it. I was like, okay, what can I put in it?
No, it was just like you get it.
It's
just the orders. You thought you would be able to pick stuff out of the...
Yeah, like a cheesesteak.
It's not even a sandwich.
I was thinking like a sandwich. That's why I'm like...
It wasn't a sandwich shop. It was like...
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I want to put stuff on it. Like, what can I have on this cheesesteak? Yeah. But I used to be a lot pickier for sure. Nowadays, if I haven't heard about something, I'll be like, oh, okay, well, let me try it out. If you say it's good, let me try it out then. Yeah.
What I notice is you are more like, when it comes to like opinions, you're like, You're like, You're like, But when it comes to food, you're like, That's what I noticed. That's what I noticed. Yeah.
I'm investigating more.
So with the ideas, you got to be more. Because that
way.
helps. That helps.
To be more.
Narrow it down a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Basically, be more picky.
Be more picky. You want to be more picky.
A little bit. It helps with direction.
I guess I'll be picky in life. I guess in certain senses, right?
Yeah, just for that, just for that clarity, I guess. Because again, you are my career cousin.
I'm the cousin.
So help a cousin out.
Yeah, a lot of cousins. I guess you got everybody who's your friend basically is a cousin. So you kind of take stuff from the people that you know, and then you like what they did right, what they're kind of where they're at in their life basically. And you kind of see, oh, like
we're in the best friend phase, right? We're all best friends.
He's been saying this all. Lordy. You're like, we're friends? Are we friends? Or we're best friends, right? We're the best trio.
Best friends, right?
We're the best friends we'll ever have. But yeah, I guess everybody's a mentor in a way too. You gotta at least kind of take something from everybody.
You just rejected me.
No, we are.
I didn't say anything.
My lordy.
What are you talking about?
We're best friends. Like he wants to hear it. I guess he wants to hear it.
Count. Or you could have multiple best friends. You don't need to.
You could have multiple. Well,
yeah, best friend is just a word nowadays. It doesn't mean anything. It used to mean something. Now it doesn't.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Nowadays people.
The way you said that.
Best friend isn't like girlfriend. Best friend is just like, hey, you're a good friend.
I guess so. And yeah, anybody could be a best friend really.
Well,
So-
let's not take it that far.
Yeah, you got multiple. Like you said, multiple best friends,
But
like a
not anybody.
girlfriend.
I don't want to say anybody. Come on. You gotta,
It's not, so it's basically a top.
it's still
is it a
honorable.
top person.
Yeah, it's like
or
a
is it-
top list. Yeah, it's like you
Then
like,
no one-
like you're on a guest list. On the special place, I'm inviting these people. That's your best friends.
Mhm.
If you're like, ooh, I want to go to like Shanghai with my friends. What friends? Those are your best friends.
Mhm.
Oh.
I guess you're just
Right.
top friends, basically.
Yeah.
Because then best, when you use the word best, I guess it's just it could be the good friends, the best
I didn't
friends.
think about it too much.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Good, the best.
It's just like
The-
calling someone like short. It doesn't. There's no like real number on it. There's not. It's
Mhm.
not like you could be like 5'7" and short, but you could also be like 3'3" and short.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like that's what I'm talking about. Like, but it doesn't
Mhm.
mean anything. You like
Mhm.
10 feet is not short.
10 feet is not short. That's for sure gonna mean something. Hold on, what do you mean? What?
You don't understand?
What do you mean, like 10 feet?
Because you said best friend could be anyone. No, best friend
Mhm.
can't be just anyone. It has to have a meaning to it. That's what I'm saying. Like
Mhm.
short has a meaning to it, but it's not ultra height specific. It's not like
Mhm.
4 feet is a cut.
I think
That's
the
short.
Cut. That's the cut right there.
But you could be 5'3" and a short
Mhm.
guy, right?
Mhm.
It has nothing to do with 4 feet. It's just 5'3" short.
Mhm.
5'7" to some people is short. 4 feet, 100% very short.
Depends
Right.
on the if it's a guy or a girl.
Right.
A
But
guy below
10 feet
5
is not
feet?
short.
10 feet is for sure high as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. So it can't
Mhm.
be anybody, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand now?
Kind of.
Jesus Christ.
We went to a whole different analogy, so I was just thinking about. I went too deep into the height scale.
It's
now.
okay.
Mm. But I kind of get what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what's cool about
Mhm.
heights and
Mhm.
Stages are cool. You know stages? You know what a stage is?
It's a platform raised. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, short people on a stage probably feel pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Well, imagine tall people on the stage.
Same thing.
Probably
I feel like it's the same
they're
thing.
fucking gigantic.
Usually,
Mhm.
usually, if you let's say you're a comedian, easy example,
Mhm.
like one main guy on the stage. Doesn't matter if you're short or tall. You're taller than everybody else
Mhm.
because the stage made you tall.
Mhm. Do you think that's how Kevin Hart feels when he's like up there? He's
I
like,
think so.
Yeah.
I think there's a natural feeling of intimidation when there is a taller person. Like I don't know. I don't know if girls feel that way, but I do feel that way. I feel like if someone's a little taller than me, I'm like, ooh, this
You're
motherfucker would
intimidated.
fuck me up. Like not
Hmm.
like there's a feeling of that he's physically a superior specimen.
I'm actually the opposite. I feel like someone shorter than me, I feel like they're very wise and they're very, they know shit. I'm kind of more like...
Well, no, I'm talking about like physically.
Is physical, like, just stronger? You're talking about just, like...
Yeah, if he's taller than you, then you start thinking like he could fuck me up.
Oh,
You don't have that?
not too much.
Like
I
when I
think
stand
more
next
like...
to John and he's like this,
Mhm.
it doesn't help the fact that he does jujitsu, but he's also like taller and stockier. And I'm like,
Mhm.
it's a little intimidating.
Well, they say the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
You really believe that?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't feel any sort of intimidation? Of
A little
taller
bit, but
people?
not too much.
Yeah, it's there, right?
It's just a little bit. Like, I don't really... I don't know.
I think it's because we live in a civilized society, but I think it's also a primal thing. I think
it more just like, if I see a shorter person, I'm like, oh shit, they for sure know more shit than I do. I don't know why.
What?
Yeah. And I get more
That is
intimidated by
odd.
them, by shorter people.
Okay. Well, I was just trying to make a point that like
Mhm.
stages are inclusive to short people, but
Mhm.
you took it somewhere else or elser.
Mm-hmm. Elsa, Frozen.
What?
I was just thinking about the Elsa.
I'm just like you just talking to yourself at this point.
No, but yeah, I went to the other realm of. I guess I was just thinking, yeah, like, did you ever
Short
read that?
people wiser. Are you thinking
Right?
of Yoda? You watch
Kinda
a
like-
lot of movies.
No, not now. You brought it up. But that's a good example, actually.
All right,
Well-
y'all. Okay, I just want to know if short people feel intimidated by tall people, because I definitely feel intimidated by taller than me people.
And if you have dream daddies out there, or do you think it's a dream daddy that you need in your life, or a dream, I guess, mommy, or both? What do you think? Can you have both in your life too?
Right.
That's one big thing, I guess. You do need that mentor though, like who can be.
Do you ever look at the comments as a male and go and see all the females go, "Daddy," and you secretly want to type it also? Let me know.
Or you that one guy, you're like, fuck, I want to do it, but no one else is doing this, so you're just like, fuck, I'm not gonna do it.
Thank you for watching. This is episode. It feels like 20.
Do you know which episode it is?
I don't know.
Oh my god, it's episode 18.
I feel like it's 19. I'm gonna be honest. We'll check back in.
If anything, thanks for tuning in and listening to Primal Primos. Catch up with the most up-to-date little things that we do on Instagram. And I think just Instagram right now. We don't really have anything on Facebook, even though it says that we have a page on Facebook.
Michael Blaustein.
Michael Blaustein and Tom Cruise. I mean, I'm not hating on Tom Cruise either. Both of them could be coming here. And that'd be lovely.
Michael Blaustein first.
But Michael second. But yeah, Michael Blaustein. We need you for sure. Yeah. See you later. Enjoy. Thank you. It was getting hot in that hat, wasn't it?
Is it an hour
Right?
and 30? That's your longest podcast yet.
Hour 30? No, that's not our long.
No?
We had a couple. I was trying to keep it to an hour though.